Hello? Hello? Yeah.
You got an application? I want to come to the university.
Oh, you mean like in it? No, I'm not in it. I'm not the nutrition center. I'll check. I'll check. We're about to start a training session. All right, bye.
Man, I'm good. Tell me why I saw the blitz at 1 o'clock when I was leaving the gym. I checked my phone. I was like, I got a lot of notifications. I was like, Greg tagged me, and I'm like, oh.
Man, what gym were you at?
Slauson 24.
You were at Slauson?
Yeah.
We were at Carson. Hey, it was so much fun.
I bet it was. So much fun. Blitz with Celeste, right?
And then Celeste over there beasting it. She's like, don't go with JC Penney's. I done cut that out. No,
Really?
No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. She didn't heard of
So, when's the next blitz then?
every Wednesday.
Listen, why weren't you there?
I just told him I was in the gym, and then I saw it at 1 o'clock. Why are you pocket checking? What's wrong with you?
And then we eventually make
Just random blitz?
splits and you meet and then you all disperse. You all do blitz and take over.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can do it whatever though. Get you and Sorry. Go to a little blitz.
Can we eventually make a link that's like Ustream Herbalife University that goes to the same? You know how there's the Monday and then there's the quick start
You
link?
make different channels.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't have to be a different channel. It can be, I don't know, whatever's easiest for you.
Yeah,
Whatever you think is
that'd
best.
be the easiest.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
Hey, what?
I'll ask you later.
What?
Nothing
You
bad.
gonna bring something up and be like, well, I'll ask you later. Alright.
Anybody that comes through the door after 11 a.m. does push-ups, does a push-up for every minute that they're late.
Oh!
Yeah.
I said you can do
Unless
like
you-
5 minutes a minute.
I'll give your channel Jake. Yeah.
5.
Yeah. So if it's 17 minutes, 17 push-ups. Oh, it's not okay. Well, it's not so much about the push-ups as it's making you like catching people off guard and then trying to attract attention to them through push-ups when they're interrupting the flow of the class. Then they all of a sudden feel really bad about that. So it's like that's really the intention behind it.
That's why we should do it. I'll take that here.
For every minute that they're late, they do a push-up. It's to teach people to respect time.
Exactly. Boom. Back up.
My station is in January. I think Friday starting.
I did. Oh, that's what I forgot. Not very. And then we got
Were you late for a 6?
Oh, yeah, I was, but no, that was not the first time, it might have been the second time.
Oh, yeah.
But it's,
Is that you?
I mean, it's just regular,
Turn it. Wait, listen.
and so we're just creating.
Turn it off. Everybody else. Turn it down a little bit.
Whatever the demand is, like.
Alright, you got it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh, I was already here.
You ain't sitting down. You're not ready. You're not ready.
We will begin at 11, so 1 minute. What up, Jay?
What up, what up?
So there's going to be people trickling in after 11. I've gotten texts and phone calls, and this is the first one. Hi to everybody on Ustream. Thank you for joining in. And on that thread, if you can be the person that checks and makes sure that people are good with the Ustream on the GUS thread for the Herbalife University pin post. If I don't know, if anybody's like, I can't get on, something like that, I'm directing them how to do that would be great. So, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I see mostly familiar faces. Well, pretty much everybody's a familiar face. Clap it up for yourself for being here. get to a place where we may be stuck, or we may be, we may be in search of new ideas or innovative ways to get our juices flowing in our business and get things going. So this is really for everybody, and this is going to be on a weekly basis, and it's something that you will benefit from. If you plug your new coaches into this training, you will grow your royalty check. So I just want to be very, very clear. And it's very simple. So the things that are going to be taught at Herbalife University are very duplicatable. And it's things that, it's really a process of, the way it's taught in its simplicity is why it's so duplicatable. So something really for everybody. And that was very intentional. This was inspired by Herbalife University that Jonathan Weber in Carson had started. He started in Herbalife University, and I had attended, and it blew my mind. And I see why he is a millionaire team member in the business and successful. So it's pretty cool because eventually I see more Herbalife Universities spouting out at this nutrition club as we get more people coming into the doors. And it's something that I'd like to see other TAB members teach their version of Herbalife University, because there's no right or wrong way to teach it. It's your philosophy and what you believe to be true in making an impact in teaching this class. So perfect, yay, we have some people coming in. This will be the first group of people doing push-ups. Awesome. So it's 11:02.
How many per minute?
It'll be a push minute, so there's 3 of them. So cool. Awesome. Hey guys, welcome!
Welcome.
Awesome, come sit down. Put your stuff down first. Hi, come on in, welcome. Set your stuff down. Okay, perfect, don't get too comfortable. Just put your stuff down. So, welcome to Herbalife University. And we here are definitely teaching the importance of respecting time. So you guys are 2 minutes late, so for every minute that you're late, you do a push-up. So all 3 of you guys get to go right behind here and do 2 push-ups. Okay, awesome. Love it. Go ahead and count. 1, 2. Yeah, clap it up. Yeah. So good thing you're only 2 minutes late, right? Imagine someone walking in 30 minutes late. So lesson learned, right? Be on time for Herbalife University. Awesome, love it. So thank you. So just by a raise of hand, guys, who here has done their personal development today? And it's okay if you haven't. Like, just be honest about it. Okay, perfect. Awesome, thank you so much. So you're a new guest, correct? Okay, awesome. So personal development is something that we do because in Herbalife, we're not only transforming our bodies, but we're transforming our minds. So a lot of us, as we're in health, like this health coaching life, we are working on ourselves to become a better version of ourselves. And part of that is personal development, watching something that's uplifting, reading a book that's going to empower us. And so you'll learn more about that. So it's fine that you didn't. So I would like for somebody who's done personal development to share what they learned this morning. Who wants to share what they took away from their personal development? Cynthia.
Hi. So today I actually watched a video I've been watching probably for the past 2 months, and it's about self-confidence, because I feel like in order for you to do things like invites or even to just do the business, you need that confidence. So what I took from it today was to be crystal clear on your goals and to have that high belief that the goals that you're gonna try and go after, that you're gonna accomplish them.
Clap it up. You go, Cynthia. You guys can share. Okay, great. So I love that confidence. Cynthia, did you gain something from watching that?
Yeah. It'll say little things like, in order for you to be confident in your business, you would act So then I kind of like, okay, I'm gonna start doing things more like this.
Okay, great.
And then it kind of just
Okay.
unfolds.
I love that. Thank you so much. So who wants to kind of regurgitate or say what they heard Cynthia sharing? Like what they took from her share about personal development?
Confidence is the key.
Confidence is the key? Okay, perfect. So what would you apply from her share? Because you're kind of secondhand here in her personal development.
Can you ask me a question again?
So what would you, if you were to take on some of the things that Cynthia has taken on, but in your own version of however you comprehend this, and just to be very clear, guys, there is no right or wrong answer. This isn't about being right, this is just about what you feel. So I don't want you to be too much in your head, I want you to be in your heart. So taking on confidence, right, how would you apply that in your life today?
Just saying I can do more stuff. Like
Okay.
I can do it. My business will succeed. I have to act this way in order to succeed. So I am going to be confident in myself and in my business and know that I'm able.
Perfect, I love it. Slap it up. Okay, perfect. So the reason why I wanted to start on doing this exercise is because now we've all done our personal development through somebody sharing what they learned and then us processing it in a way that how we would apply that to our life. We've all done our personal development, even if you didn't wake up and open your computer and do it this morning. So we're all at that level, and we can always do more, and it's just a powerful way to start your day. Great, so kind of moving in, you guys, there's going to be some things, there's going to be some action steps that new coaches, I've made it down to 5 action steps that we'll kind of go into, and there's different portions, but the very first thing for 5 basic steps for new coaches, you guys, the first thing is to start your nutrition program. Okay, because there's an authentic place that you can speak from when you begin your nutrition program. There's something about results that can speak louder than anything. You come off as a salesperson when you are just speaking about some products, right, that you've read about on the internet versus sharing your experience. So a new person comes in, like Rashawn, and she's interested. I met Rashawn through blitzing yesterday at the Carson Mall. She's interested in taking on health coaching. So she's in here, a brave soul, because she doesn't know much about what's going on. I kind of filled her in about, there's new things you might not fully get, but I'll break it down to you later, right? So she's interested. The first thing that I would say to you is the most powerful thing you can do to be a new health coach is begin your nutrition program. So if you have some goals for yourself, you can be open. We all talk about our goals and everything. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. What would be a goal for yourself for like a physical transformation? What you would like to do?
Tell me can be more fit.
Okay.
Lose weight especially.
Okay.
Probably I don't have a set weight down.
Okay.
But whatever it is possible. Whatever.
Okay.
Have
Cool.
but just being fit and being calm.
Okay. Cool. So right now, this being, your first event that you stepped into, and we just met yesterday, like if I was to tell you to go do a wellness evaluation on a new client, would you be a little bit intimidated by that process?
No.
Good. Okay, perfect. I love that. So, do you feel that you would be more confident if you were on a nutrition program? Okay. You would be speaking from a place of experience, probably. Okay, cool. So, there's kind of a difference. So, that's great that she has confidence and she's like, I would do that, That speaks highly about where she is in her development and how she feels about her communication and being able to go out there and execute certain things. That's awesome. And there's also just a layer of confidence that will come from getting your results. So the very first thing when somebody is going to be, coming aboard as a health coach is starting your nutrition program no matter what. If you're going to sign up and pay your $69 to become a member, then it's like at that same time you're going to start your plan because that's what it is entirely about. Cool. You guys good with that? Yes. Awesome. So, and when you're a new coach, the second step is going to be packaging your story. Each and every one of us, now most of the people in this room have a packaged story, but a lot of the time, with our second lines or our third lines, that message isn't being delivered down. It's kind of like we all get the message because we're here around the club, but I noticed you have some coaches that maybe don't come around as much. Like, it dies down, and then you'll ask somebody like 3 levels down, like, do you have a story? Have you packaged a story? And they're like, what's that? Like, lost, right? So, you know, when I say this, there's different levels of listening that we get to tap into, right? So if I say package your story, Sean's level of listening will be like, great, I get to package your story, whatever that means. She's going to explain what that means. And then if you are, you know, a supervisor, if you actually have a story, or maybe you guys are newer and you're playing with what your story is, there's different levels of listening that we get to engage into, and there's value that we can get from this, from that level of listening. So there's always something to gain. So you may be like, great, I have a package story, I tell it every single week in front of the room. Awesome. But does everybody on your team have an amazing package story? Not even everybody on my team. This is something that I'm pointing to myself and I get to work on as well. So we're all taking it on. So what that is, this is what I teach because again, simplicity is the name of the game. BAR, before Herbalife, right? It's the acronym BAR. Before Herbalife, the action we take and the result we got. BAR, and that's how we can package our 30-second STS story. Now, some of us have longer stories, right? Some of us have longer stories, and that's cool and everything. Yay, we have Tan and Michael. 12 minutes. Hey guys, how you doing? Let's put up Tan and Michael. Go ahead and put your stuff down. So welcome to Herbalife University.
Thank you.
For every minute that people are late, you do that amount of push-ups. So you guys are 12 minutes late, so you guys get to do 12 push-ups.
Love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, all the way up.
Cool. Cool. You can do it up here just about.
Love it.
We have a mother and son duo. Let's count for them, okay? All right. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. I love it. So, yes.
For a bar, it's before Herbalife,
The action you took, and then the result. Okay. Yep. So thank you so much, you guys. And we were just talking about the intention behind having people come in, as you know, is just to have a lesson learned to gauge about the respective time.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being able to set that example for everybody. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So before Herbalife, the action you took and the result. So we want different versions of our story. And so for Rashawn, since Rashawn is the new person, I'm going to use you as an example a lot today because you're new. And it's actually like the perfect amount of consciousness to use you as an example. So we as coaches on our nutrition program, step 1 is start your nutrition program. Step 2 is package your story. When you start your nutrition program, you get results. You get them right away too. So even before you lose your first pound, a lot of the time you'll drink your tea, which I'll give you a sample of, and you're going to get energy right off the bat. So no matter where you are in your journey, you can be a day in and you can still have a story to share, and that is the purpose behind this. So let's just say we're a couple months in, or I would give my version of my before Herbalife story. And if I'm going to be at an HON in front of the room, I'm going to have a little bit of an extended story because of the level of the marketing plan I am. It'll probably be a minute and a half. But for an STS sake, I'm going to make sure my story is packaged within 30 seconds because they're going to walk by me with the mic. And if you are over 30 seconds, they will pull it away and keep on going. So it's important to be powerful and concise with your words. And this is important too because if you're on an elevator, you want to be able to have a powerful elevator story to where you can get your point across about your passion for these products and this company in a succinct way. So being able to do it powerfully and concise. So my story would be, hey guys, I've been a health coach for 20 months. Before Herbalife, I was working in corporate America. I was sitting at a desk for 8 to 12 hours a day, and I began to put on weight. So what I did was I began my nutrition program. That's the action I took. I began my nutrition program, and resulted in I lost 28 pounds in 3 months, and I was able to drop my body fat by 12%. I feel amazing, and what this means for me is that I'm able to share this gift with so many people and get other people the same great results. Boom, that's a quick story, right? So that's one of my versions of my story. If I just want to speak about it, and people can understand that, you know, I'm passionate about what I do, because, you know, I also attach the end of what it means to me. So you can do your bar, your before Herbalife, your action, your result, and then what that means to you. As well, you attach that and gives it more meaning. So that's definitely going to be one of the steps of what you want to have for yourself, and what you want your team to see the value in. Because when they see the value in that, they're talking, and what is it that Mark Hughes told us to do? Talk to people. Use the products, wear the brand, and talk. So, you guys good? Yes. Yeah. Awesome. So the next part, portion, number 3, is learn how to master a wellness evaluation. Okay? So, who here listens to the Monday night call? Awesome. So, every Monday night we have a new coaches training call, or a coaches training call, and we kind of took it back to the basics on how to master a wellness evaluation. It was a very powerful call. We had our very own active world team, Ali Hassan. We had world team Nikki Warnich, and we had Al Olusanya he's a new active supervisor out of Philly. And they absolutely killed it. They broke down the steps on how to master a wellness evaluation. So I'm going to go through, not too much in detail, but about the steps of mastering a wellness evaluation that are very, very key. You're going to find out your client's goals, or the person's goals. So just like I asked for Sean, I asked her what her goals may be. And when she and I are sitting one-on-one, I'm going to ask her why those are her goals. So the second part of a wellness evaluation is discovering the person's why. Who knows why it's important to dig into a person's why? Who listened to the call or just off of experience? Yes. So.
Because Ali had a good point, and he said that you want to keep asking why a few times so that you can let them know that that's the reason why they're not going to give up.
Right, I love that. Clap it up for yourself. Go ahead and have this wristband since you were listening to the call. Listen to the call, and she awesome. She received it, and she was able. It was just from a very natural space that she was just able to give that share, and also for contributing to this Herbalife University. So clap it up for Giselle. So perfect. I love it, and so thank you so much. So yes, we want to discover people's whys, so that we can really understand what is driving them. Like, what's their driver for wanting to be successful? Because that driver is not only going to, getting results is a mindset, right? Who would agree that, waking up early, getting into the gym, and making the decision to be fit and shape, transform your body starts with your mindset. That's why we say 100% mindset, right? So that's going to be the same driver in their mindset that's going to potentially drive them to be a successful health coach. That's going to drive them to be the greater version of themselves. So if you can tap into that, you're tapping into a lot of areas in their life that will cultivate, that inquiry, that desire to be successful. And when you can tap into that and really cultivate whatever that is for them, that driving piece for them, their why, it's going to be powerful, and you're going to be able to mentor them from a way more powerful space. You're going to be able to hold for somebody that's going to potentially be, and let me be clear, I'm talking about a wellness evaluation in a client, but clients and coaches are the same thing, okay? So all coaches are on the products in our clients, and all clients have a high potential and pretty much are coaches. No matter what level they are, it doesn't mean they're president, but they're a coach to some degree if they have talked about and shared their results. They can be a coach without even realizing they're a coach, but I think of a coach and a client as the same thing. So although you may be thinking, wellness evaluation, that's a client over here, it's really the same thing because eventually that person is going to be a coach. And that's literally how I built my business, is turning my clients into coaches. So digging into their why and really just understanding that, that's how I've been able to hold for people who are beasts and high producers, because I know deep down what drives them. You good with that? Tapping into their why?
Yep.
And I'm going to be posting that How to Master a Wellness Evaluation 2.0 Monday Night Call on the Get Uncomfortable Squad page. I'm going to do that today, this afternoon. So I'll tag some people up. If you want to get more clear on that, it's a great way. You can listen to it again and again. I also have another wellness evaluation recording that I did when I was newer in the business. And that's something that I know people send to their coaches, but it's something we want to master, because coming to Fit Club is great. These funnels we have are phenomenal, but it shouldn't be the only means of building your business. It's one of your means of building your business. And if people could never make it to a Fit Club, it was never an excuse to not do a wellness evaluation on them. Great, we got people coming in. Hey, welcome. Awesome, come on in. 21 minutes, awesome. So go ahead and put your stuff down. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hey. Okay, cool. So don't get too comfortable. You guys, so for every minute that somebody is late, you do that amount of push-ups. So we have 21 push-ups for each of you. Cool? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so 21 push-ups right now.
Oh, right now?
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Why don't you guys come up here? We just got that. All right. All right.
Front?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Let's count it out then. Come on. You got this. Am I waiting for you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Thank you for the effort. So, was there a lesson learned?
Yeah, not to be late.
Now they know, but next time we'll be on time. Perfect, thank you so much. So, as I was saying, digging into that why, all right, okay, so with the funnels for Fit Club, never letting, and each of these are going to be based around, I'm kind of a tangent person, but each of these 5 points will be like the heart of Herbalife University, but each time you come, you're going to get different things. So there will be different lessons in between. It's however I decide to go. I purposely leave kind of a loose structure so that each Herbalife University will be a little bit different, and you will gain something. There will be a nugget that will be dropped from somewhere, whether it's me or someone sitting down, that you'll be able to get so you can gain value. New person you bring and you plug in, it's great. They're going to get something, and when you come, if you sit through this course 10 times, you will get something new out of it. What up, treasure? 24 minutes, awesome. So what we do is, like University, don't get too comfortable. For every minute that you guys are late, you do that amount of push-ups. So it'll be 24 push-ups. And we've had a couple. This classroom is just filling up. It's way more full than it was when we first got in here. So you guys can come up to the front. We're gonna count out 24 push-ups. Lock it up. Awesome. Oh, thanks. Hey. Hi guys. Hi. Cool. Like this. 24. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Still got
6,
It's in the car.
7, 8,
I just forgot.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, Very simple, right? What about you, Paris?
Don't be late.
Or?
Be early.
Or you go out. Perfect. Love it. Okay, awesome. That was good. Or just be early. Just be early. I love that. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever your brain goes to. Okay, perfect. So, okay, cool. So now we're on a portion. There's also a portion for the wellness evaluation where we learn to give price. Okay, and there's more powerful ways to give price. So this is kind of like a sub point off of how to master a wellness evaluation. But always learn to give price. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you're putting somebody on a $350 plan, right? You're going to want to first break it down by the price per day, right? Because if you're shopping at Target and you're throwing a bunch of things into your cart, right? You kind of look at the price tag for that thing, and you know, okay, that's $20. All right, you kind of have an idea of the price at the very end. You might not know exactly down to a T, but you know if you put a bunch of stuff in your cart, it's going to end up being $300 by the time you check out. So, you know, we engage with people. There's strategic ways behind asking for price. So, I always will first, you know, I'll get 4 yeses from people, and there's something about, there's been studies done that when people agree with you 4 times, like you say, you know, are you having a good day? And they say yes. Okay, that's yes number 1. You keep on going, okay, great. So let's just say I've got a couple yeses along the way, and then I say, okay, awesome. So this program that we're going to put you on, it is $12 a day. It's $6 per meal, and that's more than you spend at Subway, right? Yes. Right? For most of you, that's more than you spend at Subway, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting another yes. You get 4 yeses out of someone during a wellness evaluation, and they are in agreement with you. And they are starting their program. Like literally, I've tried this, and it works every single time. Be aware of the questions, the interactive questions you're asking them. 4 questions, they're in agreement with you. It doesn't matter what the questions are. It can be like, you know, it's a beautiful day out, right? Yes. So it's about taking control and leading the conversation. Cool. So learning how to break down the payment, always break down the per day price first. So if it's a $350 program, that's $11.67 a day. I just say $12 a day. I say $6 a meal. That's more than you spend at Subway, correct? Yes. I always get that, and that's just what I go to. So also learn how to take payment. This is where a lot of coaches get caught up with. The new people, not knowing how to take and receive payment. They're like lost when it comes like, do I put their credit card in my Herbalife site? There's a lot of confusion as the lines trickle down. So for most of us, so Rashawn being a new coach, I'm going to teach her how to make a PayPal account. I'm going to teach her probably to have squares back up. But we really don't want any excuses, like Al was saying, it's a reason for them to not, want to pay or have oh, I can't do it that way, but I would be able to. Like Al was like, I'm signing up for ProPay, I'm signing up for, you don't necessarily have to go to those extremes, but I have Square, I use PayPal. And someone can give me cash, they can put it into my bank, but I know I'm familiar with all these ways, and I'm going to teach my favorite ways. So PayPal and Square are probably my favorite ways to receive payment. So I'm going to teach those ways and make sure that my coaches are comfortable with receiving payment in those ways. Because when they're clear on the small details, the basics, they're going to be comfortable going out there and actually getting clients. But if they're fuzzy and foggy on those little details, that could be the reason why they're not confident to go out and talk to somebody. We might be like, why are you talking to anybody? And they'd be like, I'm just shy. And they're giving an excuse, and it really has nothing to do that. They're just not clear on the process of how to get someone started. And they don't want to come off like they don't know what they're doing. So it's getting our coaches and getting ourselves clear, right? Getting ourselves clear on the little details of getting a client started. And then it's powerful. I remember when I was clear on all those details, I took off. You couldn't stop me from doing wellness evaluations on people. I was still working in corporate America. I was at my job, and I remember scheduling wellness evaluations because I had figured it out. I was on my computer putting in people's addresses and having it shipped out. But, you know, I figured my confidence level was high in what I was doing, and even though I wasn't even a supervisor yet, I would schedule wellness evaluations on my lunch break. I worked at a school, so I would go into a classroom, kind of this size, there would be chairs like this, and little seats, and I would like just be in an empty classroom, and I'd be on my phone, and I would be like, I would time block 30 minutes for this person and 30 minutes for the next person, and I would snag them and I would get them started on product, and I was able to hit supervisor within a month because I was consistently doing this because I was confident in the process. So if I want you to take anything away from mastering a wellness evaluation and teaching your coaches how to master a wellness evaluation, it's because when you master that, you're confident in the process, and then you can just go. And you'll wonder why some people don't just go and they're not confident in the process. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. So, point number 4 is build value in the process. Like, once they have decided to get started and they are committed, they started their nutrition program, and they're ready to go, like, turn up, get excited, go post a recognition post in the GUS page, and be excited for them. Like, okay, cool, we're about to get you the best results ever. Like, we're about to, you know, when I'm on the phone, like, I'll be in my house and I'll be like, literally, like, like jumping around and like, why is she more excited than me right now? But it's like that energy is infectious. I'll be like, oh my God, take your before picture, this is gonna be incredible. And they're like, whoa, but they get more excited about it because of my excitement. So I'm like turning up the volume. After I've taken that payment and I've swiped that credit card, or I've put in their stuff in Square, or I get the notification they paid their invoice, it's like it gets real. And then all of a sudden, like, they're gonna be feeling like they made the best decision ever. Okay, and they're gonna be like, all right, cool. So we don't necessarily, you know, turn down, be like, all right, I'm gonna send it to you. A lot of people get kind of funny after payment is taken, and you know, they might be like, okay, what do I do now? I hope everything goes right. Know they're gonna get results. Like, be confident in the fact that they're gonna get results, and be excited about the results you know they're gonna get. And tell them about it. Like, oh my gosh, this is about to be crazy. You said you want to lose 20 pounds. I can see it now. You're about to be coming. Like, oh my God, like, there's this party we're going to get to go to, and you're going to be dressed in this outfit. You're going to be feeling, I can just see your glow when you walk in, and they're going to be like, oh my God, you're lending them your eyes, essentially. So, so basically, turn up, build value after the purchase, right? And number 5, you guys, I'll give you guys a little bit of time. Number 5, always plug them in to the next event. So whatever that is for you, what's our next event? Spectacular, okay? Even sooner than that, what's our next event?
It's a will.
Fit Club, perfect. So we have a Fit Club tonight, and what is the next non-Fit Club event?
HOM.
HOM, Saturday, quick start training. Beautiful. So, Rashawn, just to let you know if you're not working, we have an event that's this Saturday that you're going to get to hear some of the coaches on the team, you're going to get to hear their stories, you're going to get to hear not only fitness testimonials, but you're going to hear income testimonials. And as well as that, afterwards, there's actually a training. So what this training does is it's going to teach you about these products we're talking about, so you'll get more confidence in them. After that, we learn about how to build up a client base, so you'll feel even better about going out there and talking to people. And then not only that, we're going to learn about the marketing plan, which is how we get paid. Does that stuff interest you? Okay, perfect. So you see how I just did that? So I was really telling her, but there was a lesson in that for you guys on the way that I was inviting her to the next thing and breaking things down and building value in it. So, yes, I would love to do that. Cool. Awesome. So, get people to the next event. Have somebody in the seat at each event. I got my person. Have somebody invite somebody down. Who sees the value in this so far? Perfect. So, but invite them down to the next event, whatever that is, and you can break it down and let them know what they're going to gain from it. And then also, when you've dug into their why and you know what they're after, right? I know that Rashawn wants results, and I also know that she's interested in coaching. And this is perfect because this is in her community as well, so it's close by her, and so I'm plugging her into this community as well. But since I know what she wants, I know that she'd be interested in coming to the Quick Start, and as well as that, I'm going to be sharing with her the Fit Clubs as well. So plug people into the next event, because there's nothing we can say as health coaches that's more powerful than all of the testimonials that are either coming up here in front of the room or at an STS or a January Spectacular. All of those stories going across the stage. We say it all the time, it's social proof walking across the stage, and there's nothing that I can say one-on-one that's going to be more powerful than all that social proof. So it's something that we get to let the company, we get to let the events do our job for us. Cool? So there's definitely that aspect of it. And those are the 5 things that are like super simple that if you can just take on one of the things you learned today. It doesn't have to be like mastering all 5. And if you feel like you've mastered all 5, which teach me then, because I haven't even mastered all 5 of these. It's like a continual work in progress. Like me, my thing lately has been to like have people at everything, like getting back to that and that whole building mindset. I'll be honest with you guys, like it got to a point of where, this all happened so fast, and I was at a space of like worrying about how the events were going and how we were gonna put the production together. And like seats and everybody showing up and like, okay, what am I going to say when I go in front of the room? And being concerned about all these different things, that it takes a lot of preparation to do a lot of these things. But, I've gotten better at doing these things to where they come more natural, to where before it was like something that I would have to consciously take on. And I got away from building. Like I got away from getting new. I got away from the things that were like the foundation of my business, doing wellness evaluations. I got away from some of these things, and that should never be an excuse, because Mark Hughes, I was just watching the Mark Hughes videos. I watched them, like literally been on it, volume 1, 2, and 3 of the Mark Hughes Wisdoms. Those are incredible, but he says in his videos, it's like, can you see Mark Hughes doing paperwork? Can you see Mark Hughes planning the event? He's like, there's nothing that will come in between me and going out there and talking to people and getting new people. So he was very clear that he never used planning an event to get in the way of his personal production. And it was like clear to me, I was like, that can never be an excuse. Like the fact that I have been given a greater responsibility isn't an excuse for a lack of production. And so it's something that we're all going to be at different places in our journey, whether you're on your world team grind and you're like trying to figure this stuff out. I just want to get to Get Team, I just want to get to Active World Team, or whatever it is, wherever you're at. We're all on a journey where we're figuring out how to become sharper, how to become a more effective, efficient, sharper health coach. So it's perfect. Wherever you're at is great. We get to sharpen ourselves and groom ourselves to become better. So I'm committed to having somebody at every single event that I'm showing up to, if it's going to be the Quick Start or whatnot, because that's how we build our business. Let me be clear, there was a couple months where we did not have a nutrition club, and it was we were a little bit over here, we were a little bit over there, and it was scattered, it was a little bit confusing. We still kept it together, held it together because we're strong like that. But now that we have this, it's time to really get into that mode of look around you at what we have. These walls that are surrounding this nutrition club are breathtaking, beautiful, and if you're the remote coach and you're watching, you get to either plug into your local structure of what you do have, plug into the events, and take this as a lesson of how to talk to remote coaches as well. So there's always a lesson happening. You guys get to plug in to your events, your local events, STSs, January Spectaculars, no matter what. Double up on your personal development because you are going to be the rock for your region. And if there is no structure from where you're plugging in, if you're just plugging in, you're like, I am the only health coach in this city where I'm at, don't sing that sad tune, because whatever attitude you take on about being a remote coach, if your story is woe is me and this is hard and this health coaching stuff is hard, if that's the song that you're singing, if you get any coaches, they're going to duplicate that attitude and be singing that same exact song. But if you start to sing the song of, oh my God, this opportunity that we have because we're out here is incredible, and we get to build in this area where no one knows about Herbalife, and we get to be the people that introduce it to all these people, we are literally going to move so fast if we capitalize on this. Like, this is gold, this is crazy. If you take on and you adopt that way of thinking and you subscribe to that way of being, you will be successful in this business. So no matter where you are, you can be successful. Even if you're not by your mentor, you can be successful. We are Herbalife independent distributors, and it is really your mentor's job to break down the marketing plan to you and introduce you to the products and the nutrition plan. And if they do that, they blessed you already more than most people in this world get blessed. And if they do more, that's phenomenal, and you're very, very lucky. And if not, guess what? There's the events that get to teach you everything. There is the Herbalife opportunity meetings at the STS. There is the January Spectaculars, the April LDWs, the extravaganza that's going to be coming up in October. There is no excuses. We can absolutely be successful if we want to. And now you guys really don't have any excuses after I just broke that down, because look at what we have here. So no matter what, it comes down to it being a mindset. It's absolutely a mindset, and it's a decision that we get to make to be successful in this company. Okay, so if you want it, you can go and get it. You can make the decision to subscribe to empowering thoughts that are going to drive you and give you the confidence, right, to build your business and talk to people. The more you access your power within and being able to share your voice, tell your story, and understand that your story is important and that it does need to be told, the more you have access to that, the more you teach other people how to grant access to their own power. So through us empowering ourselves, we're actually empowering other people because we're showing what that looks like. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, I want to leave it there for the first day of Herbalife University. There's been different lessons within a lesson. I just want to get a couple shares of some takeaways of what people have been able to take away from today. Whatever that is, again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's sharing from your heart, not your mind. So, Cynthia.
I like how you talked about, I just like how you pointed out to pay attention to the small things. That way they'll be able to handle the bigger things.
Right, absolutely. Clap it up for Cynthia. Yes, ma'am.
I absolutely love the 4 yeses. I love action steps and things you can incorporate that produce results. And that's something I never heard about. Like, bells not gonna hit.
Yes.
I love that stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Tan. Clap it up for Tan. Yeah.
I liked, basically like the no excuses where, because I was finding even in myself that I was making excuses, like I felt like I had more responsibility, so that I was not personally producing.
Right.
So, and I know that I know that I was doing that, so now I kind of get back to producing.
Awesome.
So
Yes.
I like, well, I'm gonna get the marquees, volume 1 through 3 wisdom.
Yes.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's incredible.
Probably.
That should be action step for all of you if you haven't watched volume 1 through 3. You could watch one volume a day. It's like some of them are like an hour watching in order, and I know that the second one is like an hour, or the third one is like an hour and a half. They're long, but it will have you laughing. He will have you like engaged. Some of the things you see like taught at STS is you're like, I get where they get that from. or you've heard a tip of advice that I never knew where it came from, and you'll see it come right from the source from Mark Hughes, and I'm like, I get why they taught that, or I picked that up at the old nutrition club at Active Nutrition. I heard that somewhere, and I get the source of where it came from, and it is mind-blowing to watch.
Is that on the Herbalife site?
They used to sell it on the site. I don't know if they do anymore, but you can find them on YouTube. If you literally go Mark Hughes Volume 1, and you put that into YouTube, those will come up, the Mark Hughes Wisdoms. Walter.
I really like how you talk about bar and the fact that as you go further down into the levels, it kind of starts to get faded out, you know. And I saw it as with us, especially within a Comfortable Squad, things are moving so fast. We see so many people tell their stories over and over and over that our downline automatically pick up on it, but they don't know the actual structure. They just happen to do it.
Right.
And I remember before that I was actually sat down by another coach and said, let's hear your story. Here's how it can go. Here's how you, and I actually learned, I noticed those points, whereas other people are just kind of throwing it out there. They're doing well with it, but it's always best to know the exact rules before you can just fly by the seat of your pants with them.
Exactly. Clap it up. Go ahead, Greg.
I thought it was pretty interesting you were saying, you know, you go to your business on your clients, actually your coaches, and it doesn't matter where they are, they're still considered a coach. When you take care of your clients, they're going to speak from a place in their heart, and they're telling their story, even if there is no structure. So they are sharing based on what they've got, and that's how they can essentially.
Exactly. It's powerful.
My thing, which I'm gonna take from, because I'm dropping the ball on this, but how you said, like, when you, as far as you being the coach, you teach them, like, your downline, it's like the simple stuff, like how to PayPal and all that. Because I actually have a couple of coaches that, I guess they got it from social media, but they have, like, remote people interested, so they're like, you know, like, how do I do this? And, like, I feel like if I just tell them, like, the simple things, I was like, PayPal, you know, they're gonna do it when they actually be coach. Like, if I just did that from the jump, I wouldn't mind to the phone. So
Right.
simple things.
Simple little things that can hold people up. And if you have a system in the way that you teach it, your downline will learn it that way, and then they'll teach it that way. And they'll use that system you've created to teach their downline how to take payment. Awesome. Go.
My favorite part was definitely building value in the process with your clients, because you have a lot of clients and also talk to people like following up. When they actually do get started and you do bring that energy, once you start to you pull out what you said more like, you know, posting before and after pictures. If we just show, oh hey, this person, we got them already, just showing that love, but if we show their journey for them while we're talking to them, while everybody else can see it, it also helps them transition. Like, how do all these people know? It's like, well, this is the community you decided to join. This is a family. So that also helps them be more confident and just show up around it. And then transition them over to being a coach.
Love it.
Jared, with this one, that's something that I learned from. Obviously, you know, this is the next step, that would be another one. Sometimes I find that you know, putting that into the next step, it's to build a community, right? Having more confident, and then more or less they become a health coach as well.
Awesome. That's good. Jay.
I like that now these are 5 steps that anybody can take on, even the new girl, right? What's your name? Rashawn has 5 steps on a new person that she can go out and have action on. So any new person that you have, 1 through 5, they're going to be successful. Just mastering these steps that you can teach to anybody. Now we know, okay, I have a new person. Cool, 5 steps.
Right. Easy.
That's it.
Simple. It's all awesome. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to? Giselle?
The biggest thing that you said that really spoke volumes to me was the energy that you give to your clients. You want to receive that same energy, and it's crazy because I met up with a client yesterday who was kind of wishy-washy about starting a nutrition plan, and I met up with her. I took Tammy with me. We were just talking. She was just looking at us with her baby in her hand, and I was like, "You're going to be just as excited as me, I promise. Just take some tea, girl."
Yeah.
I gave her my whole tea. She texted me 3 hours later, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't stop cleaning my house." And I was like, you know, like just giving you that energy and like getting it back is so amazing because you, like, the law of attraction is so real. and you finally learn it. And I didn't believe in it at first. I was just like, whatever, it is what it is. But now that I give it out to the universe, I receive it. And I thought I was crazy at first. She was looking at me like I was crazy.
No.
And I was just like, trust me, you got this, girl. You'll be good. And she was all pumped up, ready to come, so it's dope.
I love it. Clap it up. Okay, perfect. So, awesome. So, thank you guys for coming. I'm so grateful that you guys took the time to come at 11, some later, on this Thursday, because you guys can really be anywhere. I understand we live busy lives, but this shows me that you guys want to invest in yourselves and your businesses and take it forward. So, I'm definitely happy. Who in here is a supervisor? Awesome. So most of you are supervisors, and those of you that are not supervisor, I'll explain what that means to you as well. You'll actually learn on Saturday too. So supervisor, there is supervisor school this Saturday. I will be the person, the speaker. I will be doing supervisor school this Saturday. It's going to be cool because it's going to like literally go into kind of a higher level of what we dealt with today, but it's going to be really like straight, just like in there honest for what we get to do and what we get to get sharper on. So I'm really excited to bring that. You guys are going to hear the extended version of my story, actually my STS story, which is going to be cool. Will this be working on Saturday?
We sure hope so.
If not, no problem. It'll just be more of something else. But so that's gonna be cool. And so you guys want to, speaking to you guys, what level are you guys in the marketing?
I'm like a couple, I have to do 2,500 this month. We're both gonna do 2,500.
Okay, perfect. Done. Clap it up to them. So when you guys hit supervisor, just get there because you guys do it in the right amount of time that feels good for you and doing it the right way with integrity and everything. But like you want to get there because these supervisor school trainings are life-changing. It's how I built my royalty check. Okay, so most of you know I'm a millionaire team. I make more than a 6-figure income, and I literally picked up the skill sets for being engaged by coming to supervisor school since day one of hitting supervisor. Like the week I hit supervisor school, I was in there Saturday morning at 8 a.m. And since I hit supervisor like 19 months ago, I have not missed a supervisor school. Not one supervisor school have I missed, except for when I was in Ohio. And oh no, I didn't even miss supervisor school because that was an STS. So that's the only STS in LA I missed is because of the STS that I was doing in Ohio. So I've never missed a supervisor school. That's basically the way that it goes. Oh yeah, no, this was the except for. I was on the road and I plugged in via phone call. So at that time of active nutrition, you could call into the line and listen to the supervisor school. So that's how serious of a commitment that it's been for me. It's been a no matter what in my life to gain the skill set to be a good health coach. And it's through that education of supervisor school that I have been able to become really well versed about speaking at this business to where I can pretty much come up here and flow and be in my heart and not in my head. And that hasn't always been that case, you guys. The very first time I told my story in front of the room at Active Nutrition was January 1st of this last year. And it took off from there. That taught me to get up in front of the room and tell your story is another thing at HOMs because it will take you out of your comfort zone. Like I was freaked out. I did not want to get in front of the room whatsoever, but it'll show you that you can do it. You'll be like, that wasn't so bad. And then after I was done, a girl came up to me and she was like, your story made me want to sign up. I'm signing up now because of your story. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is crazy. Like someone was, it wasn't even my person, but they were inspired by it. And that's when I really started to understand the power of my voice. So you guys have a story, plug in when you hit supervisor, and when I teach you how to hit supervisor, you're a future supervisor. You can come to a higher level training where you're learning how to really make those higher incomes in the business. Because wouldn't it be nice to make a 6-figure income? She's like, yes. So I've done that. I can teach you how to do it. And it's definitely something that is one of the I attribute most of my success, a lot of it, to yes, the bigger events like the STSs, but I have to say, if I have to narrow it down to one weekly event, it's supervisor school. That's changed my life in this business the most. So I put so much value on it. So to everybody who gets to come, I want you to reevaluate of what you see in supervisor school, the value of that, as well as the new people seeing the value in it to, I want to get there. And then for the people who already can go to supervisor school, be thinking, how can I get more people in the room for supervisor school? That should be what you're gauging, like, okay, I have myself right now, I just want to have like 1 or 2 people beside me. And when you get to that point, like, okay, I want a row. Like, I'm not stopping until I get a row in this room at supervisor school. And just be like laser focused on building, because then it'll get to a point where you have 2 rows of people in supervisor school, and you have gotten your 5-stone pin, and you're working at first cut of millionaire team. And that's life-changing. But it's by focusing on those details of filling the seats up at the supervisor level, building your loyalty in your organization. So that's what I want to leave you guys with today. Thank you for joining me in Herbalife University, the very first one. And for remote coaches, there you go. For remote coaches, plug in at 8:15 a.m. for supervisor school. If you are a supervisor, we'll give you that information. Thank you for plugging in. Love you.
HLU.
Yeah.